Okay, y'all, let's do some maternity because you know y'all kind of suck. Now, one of the things I want you to do that you probably would not do in maternity, I need you to pull up your Uworld right now because I got to tell you what sheets to take notes on and we're going to cover those. Pull up your Uworld. I want to show you what part of...
You can hear me.
Oh, that's what my mama used to say, Lord. Okay, listen, y'all. Pull up Uworld. One of the sections you missed the most, I've been listening to the conference, on maternity, like the part you guys screw up is antipartum. I did that this weekend with the what do you call it, toe-to-toe group, and you guys did indeed screw up antipartum. So I want you to only focus on antipartum between now and when I see you again. Listen to me because it's very important. Some of you guys forget this rule that I told you. I told you when you do your mastery to include 5 maternity questions, didn't I? I haven't seen them in your phone lately, so I thought I would renew your interest in doing a little bit extra 5 maternity questions. What kind maternity questions, Shelly? Antipartum. Now go with me to your packet real quick so I can show you what sheets in here are antipartum, because those are the ones that you guys miss the most. So in your maternity packet, antipartum means what? You're still pregnant, okay? These are the most important sheets. They're the ones you missed a lot of questions with when I did your toe-to-toe. That is page, if you go in, it's like your 3rd page, maybe your 2nd. It says prenatal care. And then the next one says physiologic changes in pregnancy. Remember when we say the word antipartum, we're talking about prenatal. We're talking about pregnancy. We're talking about the typical normal things that are done in the prenatal clinic, especially labs. Look on the physiologic changes page, and on the right hand side up at the top, that is a huge focus. If you go backwards and you look at the prenatal care sheet real quick, those labs on the right hand side are a huge focus. At the bottom where it says initial visit of that page, on the prenatal care page, I'm holding it up, prenatal care. At the bottom is always on the test. Now, what I did with you guys in toe-to-toe, because they're starting to do it on the Nclex, a couple months ago it started in full fashion, and they're only going to get worse with it. What I did with you guys in toe-to-toe is I gave you multiple patient case study. So that means that I gave you guys, and I'm going to do it next week, but it'll be typed out, which will be kind of nice. I'm going to give you multiple patients. So this Saturday when I did it, you guys had 4 patients. You had 3 prenatal in the clinic, and you had a postpartum one in the clinic. At the bottom of the board, I had all the stuff. Look, all the stuff from these pages. That's all I did when I did that, y'all. When I did that toe-to-toe this Saturday, I had everything from these pages. That's all I did. So if you were here that Saturday, you know, wow, that was hard. Okay, so like I said with you guys, the most important section on your Uworld questions is antenatal. Now, the antenatal part, or antipartum, because it's called either one, antenatal or antipartum, and they are the questions that matter most. These are the questions you have to actually do 5 extra a day. Now, you're not going to be in trouble when I see you next week if you didn't do your 5 extra antipartum, but I'm telling you how to prepare for next week's case study on a multiple OB patient. It will be typed out, so it's going to be kind of hard because it'll be typed out. We won't be doing like toe-to-toe where we all just have a little fun. No, this is very hard. Everybody is telling me these multiple patient case studies are a bitch. Okay, what that means is they're giving you 4 or 5 patients and they're giving you shit about all of them, and you have to pick and choose which patient it's pertinent to, and it is not easy. So that is my focus, to get you guys up to snuff. It's hard to prepare that for you, so I have to type it out, which is a struggle in terms of just making it all work for something you can hold in your hand and do. But I'm determined to get it the way, because there's no model I can go by. I can only go by what I've seen a little bit of and heard a little bit of. Now, the next thing I want you to remember, the next page, I would say the most important page in this entire packet, and I did give this to you Saturday, some of this stuff, is the page with HELLP syndrome on it, because on the top of the HELLP syndrome page, this is what I want you to write. You see where it says HELLP syndrome? I want you to write this, because this is really what HELLP syndrome is. The first page, right after the first page or so. Help your cousin. At the very beginning, this is what you need to write at the top. HELLP syndrome is really preeclampsia. On crack. You wrote it there, huh? 2 months ago. Okay, so HELLP syndrome is really preeclampsia. It's a complication of it. Now, so what I tell you to remember for HELLP or for preeclampsia, watch this. It leads to HELLP. And then you got one more arrow, you're not done. Then you take your arrow from HELLP and you make sure this leads to DIC, which equals DIE. So we will be doing maternity every time, because more and more you're seeing a lot on it. Reproductive and maternity, by the way. This is the other thing I gotta tell you. I did find out from the conference that they will be focusing on the reproductive health, maybe because some of these high profile deaths that are occurring because everything is being dismissed as a fibroid. So when you watch the video on the lunchtime break, you saw some of the reasons why it was inappropriate to call this patient a fibroid patient. How many transfusions did that lady have? If you watch the video, how many did she have? 20. 20 blood transfusions. That sounds like you should have probably investigated to see if it was just... Oh, yes. We do a ton. For fibroids, we do a ton. For cancer, we do a ton. You're bleeding out. Remember, if she blacked out, she has no blood in her body. If she blacked out and her husband found her on the bathroom floor, Nadia, if she blacked out and her husband found her on the bathroom floor, that's common sense 10 units right there. So think about it like that. You got to be pretty sick if you're a 20-some-year-old lady, 30-some-year-old lady blacking out on the floor. So it's not normal, okay? They should have done that better. Okay.
What exactly do you want started?
5 questions extra until next week. And those pages. Antipartum. Did you pull it up or no? Okay, did you guys see it? 5 more questions in addition to your mastery. The packet. You're only doing antipartum by itself. 5 questions. That's it. That is not a big challenge. As much as you can. I will not fault you if you can't do a day, because your mastery is the more important one. If you need to get checked off, let me know. Yeah.
How many days do you think I should check off and come myself?